Hello dear friends, welcome to Padai Se Dosti YouTube channel. In today's video session, we are going to discuss about Introduction of Economics. This is the 8th chapter of Standard 9 Geography syllabus. Okay, we are studying this particular section under Human Geography or particularly the Economical Geography. Okay, so let's start over here. So let's observe this particular chart over here. Here you will find the monthly expenditure of particular family. Suppose this is your family and here are some items given over here, and here estimated expenditure is given over here. So here is the tally of that entire month expenditure. So let's assume your monthly income is 20,000 rupees. To strike the balance between your income and your expenditure, decide what will be your preferences for the expenditure. Okay, so we have considered our monthly income is 20,000 rupees. Okay, and here the total tally of our expenditure is 22,550 rupees. So what you have to do over here, you have to adjust these items such that you have to balance between your income, means the your 20,000 rupees income and your expenditure. So what you have to do over here, you have to reduce this 2,550 rupees from this total expenditure. So you need to do the prioritization of all your needs over here. What is your needs? The items mentioned over here. So daily food, you can't compromise with your daily food. Okay, buying two sets of uniform, so here you can able to compromise. Here you can able to buy only one uniform. Okay, school stationery, here also you can able to compromise up to some extent, not fully but up to some extent. Then medical expenditure, this can't be compromised. If you are ill, then you should have to go to hospital. Okay, the recreation means what? The entertainment facilities. Suppose you are watching two movies in the month, so you just watch one movie in the month, so here you can able to compromise, right? Mobile bill, suppose you are doing recharge of 2 GB per day net pack on your mobile phone, so you can able to reduce your net consumption at 1 GB per day, so your expenditure will be less over here. Then vegetable and fruits, they are required for good health, so you can't able to compromise with this. Okay, public transport, bus, railway, rickshaw, etc. This is a basic expenditure need to transport from one place to another place, so you can't able to vary this too much. Okay, then electricity bill, definitely you can reduce the consumption of electricity in your house. You can able to switch off the light, fans, TV or any other electrical appliances if they are not needed. Okay, so you can compromise this particular expenditure. Then tourism, obviously it is our own decision whether we have to go to visit some place or not, whether we have to visit this in particular month or not, whether we have to visit that place with our family or the single person, or maybe one or two person from the family or not. Okay, so this also can be compromised. And the bank installment, so this can't be compromised, because if you don't pay the bank installment, then whatever particular item you have purchased on loan, that item will be captured by bank. Okay, so this can't be compromised. So in this way we have discussed the items which we can able to compromise and which we can't able to compromise. Okay, so whatever item we can able to compromise, we can able to give them a less priority. Okay guys, so in this way you have to prioritize your income and expenditure. Okay, so to reduce the expenditure over here, you you should have to prioritize all these your needs. Remember this thing, and all these things, all the management of such a small finances is known as economics. Okay, so we are going to discuss the proper definition of this economics in our subsequent session. So let's move ahead. Let's see the explanation behind this. After discussion of the above activity, you will be realized that management of individual or family finances is mainly related to the income and expenditure, that is the economic factor. Okay guys, ये इनकम और एक्सपेंडिचर क्या है? ये तो इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स ही है ना किसी भी पर्टिकुलर फैमिली के। अगर आय कम है और खर्चा ज्यादा है तो क्या करना पड़ता है? उस फैमिली का जो मुखिया होता है उसको किसी से उधार लेना पड़ता है। ओके, so that's the thing, it is a economic factor, income and expenditure. This led to the birth of economics. Okay, the word economics comes from the Greek word known as oikonomia. Okay, this oikonomia means the family management. There is a lot of similarity between family management and economics. We understood from economics how to use time, money, labor, land effectively. Okay, so here the need comes, why we want to study the economics. Okay, क्यों इतना दिमाग खराब करने का इस सब्जेक्ट के पीछे, या क्यों पढ़ने के इतने ट्रिकी टर्म्स, बहुत बार अपने आपके मन में सवाल आता होगा, why to study this economics. So you are getting answer of your question in this para. Okay, so we can able to understand from economics that how to use time, money and labor, also the land resource effectively, how to satisfy the infinite needs of people using various resources is the study matter of economics. Okay guys, according to Lionel Robbins, economics is the science which studies the human behavior as a relationship between ends and the scarce means which have alternative uses. Okay guys, so don't bother about all these tricky words, you just have to remember here that economics is nothing but the management between demand and supply. Demand is what, the our ambitions, whatever needs of human being. Okay, our needs never reduce, they always going on increasing. Okay, goes on increasing day by day, but we have to manage between our income and expenditure. Suppose our income is 20,000 per month and our needs are rupees 30,000, then there is a deficit of almost 50% of our income. Okay, so we have to manage that, we have to maintain the relationship between the ends and scarce mean to achieve that particular ends means what, our ichha akanksha, whatever items we want to purchase, that is the ends. And what is a scarce mean, the resources we have. Okay, suppose we have only one smartphone and there are two kids in a family and they want to do online study, so what they will do, they have to do alternate study. Suppose one day the one boy will study, another day the another sibling will study, like that you have to manage the resources. Okay, that is nothing but the economics. So that's why here they told that economics, from economics what we will understood, we will understood the proper utilization of time, money, labor and land. Okay, these all are resources, they are very important in terms of economics. So you might have wonder about the labor and land. So कैसा होता है ये लेबर और लैंड का मैनेजमेंट, ये भी हम देखने वाले हैं। सो बने रहिए इस वीडियो के साथ, देखेंगे वो कैसा मैनेज करते हैं। सो एज वी मैनेज द फाइनेंसेस of our family, similarly villages, cities or states, countries and world also need to have a economic management. Okay, जैसा एक छोटा सा फैमिली का इकोनॉमिक मैनेजमेंट होता है, वैसे ही एक गांव का, एक तहसील का, एक सिटी का, एक पूरे राज्य का और एक देश का और एक पूरे वर्ल्ड का भी इकोनॉमिक फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग होता है, तो उसे बोलते हैं इकोनॉमिक मैनेजमेंट। ओके, जोग्राफिकली स्पीकिंग the enterprises related to the production, distribution and consumption of goods and services in a specific region is also called as economy. On a global level there are three types of economy. Before discussing the types of economy, let me tell you about this particular term, that is production, distribution and consumption of goods and services in a specific region is known as economy. आपने सुना होगा कई बार, देखो इंडियन इकोनॉमी, चाइनीज इकोनॉमी, अमेरिकन इकोनॉमी. सो व्हाट डू मीन बाय दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग? So India have particular region, we have our land border. Okay, so what is this Indian economy? It is a specific geographical area and whatever production, distribution and consumption of goods and services activities goes on in that particular geographical area is known as the economy of that particular region. That's why we are comparing the economy between two nations. So guys, I hope the concept of economy is clear to you. Let's move towards the types of economy. There are three types of economy. One is capitalistic, second one is socialistic, third one is mixed economy. Let's see the capitalistic economy. In this case, ownership and management of means of production is in the hands of private individual. Ratan Tata, Dhirubhai Ambani, Godrej, रिलायंस, ओके, ऐसे बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट, बहुत सारी कंपनियां हैं, उनके पास जितने भी संसाधन अवेलेबल है वो किसी पर्टिकुलर पर्सन के, एग्री और नॉट? तो ये जो है इसे हम बोलेंगे कैपिटलिस्टिक इकोनॉमी, बिकॉज द ओनरशिप ऑफ एंड मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द मीन्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन is in the hand of private individual. Okay, Tata, Birla, Ambani. So that particular means of production of their industrial estate in their own hand. Okay, that's why it is a capitalistic setup. The main aim of this particular capitalistic economy is to earn the maximum profit. Okay, वो कोई चैरिटी करने वहां पे नहीं बैठे, their main motto is to earn maximum profit. Okay, so the countries like Germany, Japan and USA, they adopted such a type of economy. Whatever uh, companies present in that particular nation, they are following this particular type of economy or the path of economy, that is capitalistic economy. The second one is socialistic economy. In this case, the means of production belongs to the society or as a whole country, that is the government control. Okay, Russia and China, they are the best example of socialistic type of economy, because these particular countries, they believe that the entire wealth available in that nation or the in the geographical boundary of that particular nation, that belongs to the all people of that particular nation. So there is a equal right of each individual, okay, on that particular wealth. That's why they used to launch such a policies that will benefit the society, or they used to take a production of such a product that will benefit the maximum number of people. That is known as socialistic economy. And there is a third type, that is a mixed economy. Mixed economy means what? There is a coexistence of private and public sector. Okay, a balance between profit and social welfare is made in mixed type of economy. Okay, so India, Sweden, and UK, they have adopted this particular type of economy. In India, you may have heard about the public sector undertaking, that is the companies which are managed by government. Okay, like Indian Oil or the Bharat Petroleum. उसके बाद बहुत सारी कंपनीज है, कोल इंडिया लिमिटेड, भेल, गेल, सेल, ओ एन जी सी विदेश लिमिटेड, ओ एन जी सी लिमिटेड, तो ये सारी जो कंपनियां है वो public sector undertaking है. BSNL public sector undertaking है. Okay, but if you consider the companies like Mahindra, Bosch, then Tata Consultancy Services, okay, they are the private sector companies. Okay, but in Indian economy, both type of companies you can able to observe, that is public sector also and private sector also. That's why Indian economy is a mixed type of economy. Similarly, Sweden and UK have this mixed type of economy. I hope guys you understood the three types of economy, that is capitalistic economy, socialistic economy, and mixed type of economy. So in this way we have discussed the three types. Let's move towards the factors affecting the economy. So ऐसे कौन से फैक्टर है जो कि इकोनॉमी को अफेक्ट करते देखेंगे हम लोग. सबसे पहला और इंपॉर्टेंट है पॉलिटिकल सोवेरेनिटी. ओके, ड्यूरिंग ब्रिटिश इरा वी डोंट हैव अवर पॉलिटिकल सोवेरेनिटी. हमारी राजकीय स्वायत्तता नहीं थी हमारे पास, राइट. वी आर द slave of British, or we are under the slavery of British kingdom. Okay, that's why what happened, whatever economic assets present in our country, they are exploited by these British people. Okay, they are draining the wealth from our nation, and they are making their own nation or own land richer and richer day by day. Okay, so this political sovereignty is very important, and it definitely affects the economy of our country. Okay, then the occupations, which type of occupations done in the particular region. Okay, suppose India is known as agriculture based economy, और कृषि प्रधान देश ऐसा हम बोलते हैं, राइट. तो क्यों बोलते हैं ऐसा? क्योंकि ऑलमोस्ट 50% से भी ज्यादा लोग हमारे देश के एग्रीकल्चर के ऊपर अपनी जीविका को मतलब सर्वाइव करते हैं. ओके, तो उसकी वजह से इंडिया को बोला जाता है कृषि प्रधान देश. अमेरिका को क्या बोला जाता है? टेक्नोलॉजी ओरिएंटेड नेशन. ओके, then the next one is population. Definitely population will affect the economy. Okay, if there is a very less manpower in particular country, then there is a difficulty to grow the economy of that particular country. Okay, but if that population is too much excessive, again there is a problem, because manpower is available at very cheap rate. Okay, that's why there is a issue of unemployment. Okay, like in India. But if there is a very shortage of manpower, like Japan, Italy, they have a very old age population. That's why their economy is not moving at a very high speed. Okay, then the next factor is geographical area and natural resources. This is again one of the very important factor which affects the economy. Okay, if you consider the Afghanistan, there is a very desert like land available. There is a very less cultivable land. Okay, major chunk of that particular country is occupied by different hot and cold deserts. Okay, and the very uneven terrain. That's why their economy is very poor compared to India. We have very diverse type of physiography. We have good monsoon at certain part, certain region. Okay, so that's why we have diverse physiography, geographical conditions. That's why our economy is comparatively stronger than Afghanistan. Okay, so that's why the geography definitely affects the economy. Okay guys, so in this way we have discussed the types of economy, factor affecting the economy. Then let's remember some basic concept about this particular subject. It is a important social subject because it is deals with society. Okay, we use economics on a larger scale in agriculture, trade, finance, administration, law, and in our daily life. Okay, we are going to see the example of all these things in subsequent sessions. Okay guys, economics hold a paramount importance in the social development of human. Okay, suppose there are two towns, town A and town B. Suppose in town A there is a agriculture also, industry also, and service sector also, but in town B there is only agriculture and some hunter and gatherers are there, some adivasi or tribal community is there. Then definitely you will find the social development of town A is more than that of town B. Okay, so definitely economics hold a paramount importance in social development of humans. Okay, in particular region, remember this thing. Adam Smith is also known as father of economics. In his book Wealth of Nation, he published in 1776, he has defined economics as a science of the wealth. Okay, जो भी हमारी संपत्ति है उसका जो साइंस है, उसके आने का जाने का, ओके, आने का जाने का मतलब इनकम और एक्सपेंडिचर का, ओके, डिमांड और सप्लाई का, तो ये सारी चीजें उसको स्टडी करने वाला साइंस मतलब इकोनॉमिक्स। तो इसे डेफिनेशन एडम स्मिथ में की है, इसे बोला जाता है फादर ऑफ इकोनॉमिक। ओके, इकोनॉमिक्स। सो उसने जो बुक लिखा था उसका नाम है वेल्थ ऑफ नेशंस and published in 1776. So remember these few facts about the economics. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. You have understood the terminologies of the economics, the basic concept of economics, how to manage the daily finances or the monthly expenditure of particular family. Okay, how to prioritize the different activities so we can able to balance our income and expenditure. Also we have discussed how this economy has a broader prospects in terms of the economy of particular village, city, state and country, also in terms of world. Okay, then we have discussed the types of economy on the basis of ownership and management of means of production. Okay guys, and then we have discussed the factors of economics and some basic concept or the basic facts about the economics. So guys, I will stop here. Soon we will meet in our next video session. Till then, keep studying, enjoy your learning. Thank you and have a nice day.